Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 2 of Cinema F. This is your man, Pat on the cam.
I'm still Kyle.
He is still Kyle. What up, dog?
What's going on?
Life, I ain't gonna lie. Today I woke up in a shitty mood, and I had no reason to. I just wanted to punch everybody in the face when I woke up this morning.
Did you punch everybody in the face?
I did not. I did good. I had to go for a walk, play a little basketball.
I would argue that you did poorly. Because if you wanted to do something and you didn't do it.
I like my freedom. Nowadays, it's frowned upon to punch people in the face. You can't punch people in the face.
Depends on who it is.
You get there's a certain age you get when you can't do that and not get charged. You know, when you're younger, you're a minor, you can do what the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss those years. No, I just have to.
I never did that.
You never punched somebody in the face?
No.
For some reason, I find it very hard to believe.
I seem like the person that would punch somebody in the face.
You seem like the person. I
definitely am the type of person that wants to. People aggravate me so much. So much. Constantly. I hate driving because I hate when people can't drive.
Uh-huh.
I hate dealing with, just the general public.
I agree. I feel like quarantine fucked it up for me. Because before I was like, oh yeah, people. Now I'm like, don't look and or breathe near me. Why are you breathing near me? This makes me mad.
I also feel like having not gone out for months at a time, these other people, they forgot how to interact with other people.
I feel like that's...
they just... Now, they're worse than before.
They're very awkward in public.
So...
Why are you awkward? Just the same shit.
Just do your stuff. Don't be weird. I was at ShopRite one day, and this guy, he's at self-checkout. Don't go to self-checkout if you can't self-checkout. And he's, trying to scan the bag of vegetables. There's no barcode,
There's no barcode. Unless you get an individual ones, they got the bar on them, but the bag is you gotta get somebody to come and do it yourself.
And then he's like, I can't get my Price Plus card to work.
No shit!
And so she comes over, and she's like, well, do you have it on you? He goes, no. She said, well, do you know what phone number it is? So he gives her the phone number, and she puts it in. Doesn't show up. So she goes, I have a store card that you can use. You won't get any points, but you'll get the discounts.
That's all that matters.
So she does it, and he goes... Why is Price Plus card in there? She goes, it's the store card. And I'm at the adjacent register. And he did this for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. I was so frustrated that I literally grabbed my bags and walked out and realized I didn't pay. And I turned around with all the bags and walked back to the register and paid. I wanted to get out so bad.
Was there anything you accidentally took from a store?
I'm sure.
I remember one time when I was younger, I don't remember where I was at. It might have been it was a mom and pop store, and I had all this candy and shit. I was a kid. I had all this candy, and I didn't have enough pants.
Right.
So I put some in my pocket, and I'm up there paying, and I walked out, and I'm halfway down the street going to school, and I was like, I never paid for this Snicker bar, but I'm not going back.
As a matter of fact, I was shopping at Spencer's one time.
Don't tell me you stole something.
No, I didn't steal it. I mean, I guess technically I stole something.
Uh-huh.
But so I was trying to figure out if I was going to buy this beer pong table, and it was expensive, a little more expensive than I thought.
Right.
So I had bought
Spencer's?
Yeah, that's where I've gotten all of them from.
Oh shit, I didn't know
that's where I've gotten every single one from.
Chains type shit.
No, they do sell them online, but I 100% I've bought all of them from there.
Oh, wow.
But I grabbed the beer pong cups and some ping pong balls, and then I was contemplating whether or not. And I just walked out of the store, and I was walking all around the mall, Cherry Hill Mall, and I went back to Spencer's. And I walked in and realized when I walked back into the store, I carried the cups and the ping pong balls all over the mall with me.
Nah, I'd be like that sometimes. I remember when I worked at Sam's Club. Sorry, Sam's Club. No, I thought it was bullshit. I'm working in a cafe, right? And I'm making this food, so you should give me food either A or free or discounted. And then one time I told my manager, he flat out asked me, he was like, did you pay for this meal? And I said, no. And he was like, you didn't pay for your meal? I'm like, how much money y'all make a year? This is not going to hurt your pockets. You'll be fine. And he looked at me I was not going to lie. You asked me a question, I'll be honest with you. And he just laughed and walked away. I was like, yeah, well.
Guess you're all right then. They didn't fire you.
Nah, not at all. Nope.
Good help.
I went back a couple times working there, but they never got fired.
All right.
So, yeah, it is what it is. So, but now, doing that is frowned upon, and you might get locked up. So,
yeah.
People steal from Walmart, though. But now, speaking of that, how do you feel about this whole new bag shit? You can't bring...
I think it's ridiculous.
I think people are going to steal more.
I think people. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that, but you're probably right.
Because no one checks bags, so it's like.
Right, if it's in a bag, they don't check it.
Right.
If it's outside of a bag, but also I saw this thing. Somebody, I forget who said this. They're like, if you're gonna make me self checkout, then you need to trust me enough to self checkout. I shouldn't have to show you my receipt when I'm leaving.
I mean, I feel you, but I feel like realistically, as far as inventory and shit like that, you gotta.
I get it. But you're not paying me to do the job. Like, you're literally just doing this to save money.
Right. I mean, I feel like for the environment, it makes sense. But yeah, it's just I got all these fucking bags in my inside of my closet that I can't use. I want to like sell them off. Like I got bundles for $5 a bag. I got like a shit ton of bags. But it's like I can't use it, so it's just like.
Yes. Well, Steph kept all the plastic bags for like the last 3 months.
Oh yeah, I
was like, "What are you doing? Why are you saving all these bags?"
Trash bags.
And she's just like, "Well, they're getting rid of plastic bags." I was like, "For what?"
That and styrofoam, I heard. Like,
you can't do no styrofoam plates. So on the list, it says no styrofoam utensils. Who's ever bought a styrofoam utensil? Like, what would be the purpose of that?
Like, maybe they mean the cups. But still.
That's not a utensil.
That's not a utensil. That's making it... What's it? Just styrofoam forks and spoons and knives?
That's not a thing.
If it was, what would you want it?
But also, it specifies on this thing that I saw what you're allowed to use in your own home. Oh, I dare somebody to come to my house and tell me what I can and can't use.
What, you gonna bust in the door frames?
Right?
Put that goddamn cup in the trash can. It's plastic. It's like, dog, what do you...
Like, no.
That and paper straws.
I hate paper straws.
They're nasty. Like, it's like soggy cereal. Like, why would you want to put a straw in your cup? That as soon as you put it in the cup, it's just going to disintegrate.
It's like, it's biodegradable. Yeah, it's biodegrading in my mouth. Like, I know.
You're just like... Let's soda at first.
I'm not going to chug it, so, 10, 15 minutes in, I just have paper residue in my mouth.
But it's like, reusable straws is a cool concept, I guess, but it's like, I don't know.
Sure. Why not do reusable straws, and you can just stick them in the dishwasher in the back and clean them?
I wouldn't, that's a lot. I wouldn't do that.
I don't think it's any different than, like, just drinking out of the cup without a straw.
You gotta understand, people don't wash dishes like all the time, so you might be in there and you're just drinking and it's like...
Well, in theory, you're using the dishwasher.
I mean, in theory.
Because when I was a dishwasher, I never washed by hand.
Dog, like, when I worked at Taco Bell, like, it's funny because when I was younger, I used to hate washing dishes.
I still do.
I work at Taco Bell, bro, like, I gotta... You know how when they have, like, the 3 sinks, you got the wash, the sanitizer one, and people would not wash dishes all shit, like, first, like, I was night shift. I'm in the back here just listening to Kanye West, what's it called, Spaceships and shit, just washing dishes, mad as hell. Like, if a manager assaults me again, I'll be soft and just pissed off washing these fucking dishes. But after that, when I got home, I'm like, this sink is nothing compared to what I just washed.
Right.
So now it doesn't bother me.
True.
But that shit, I used to hate that shit. It got melted cheese on the fucking... I'm like, yo, just soak these bitches and wash them. But motherfuckers would put them on the ground with fucking water in it and just soak it. I'm like, yo, so the whole shit... Y'all couldn't just wash these bitches.
Have you ever, like the cheese obviously dries to whatever it's on, and then you soak it, and then, like, the gross cheese, like, rises to the top?
First off, wet food in general, and the second, it just keeps me
It's
out.
gross.
It's like, it's all in your hands and shit. It's just like...
But so our dishwasher broke, so we're back to having the hand wash dishes.
It's still broke?
So, it's so old, it was made in the 70s, we found out. It's, like, from the original.
Well, what's the brand?
It's a KitchenAid.
Okay.
But it's, like... the model number should be like 8 numbers now. Ours is like 3.
Got the OG
It's like 2 letters and 2 numbers. Like, that's it. And they're like, that's not in the system.
We don't have it anymore.
So, but they're gonna replace it. We have a home warranty, so they replace it for free.
That's dope.
It's an updated one. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
What about the hot water?
That's fixed. We got the faucet in. It's a nice faucet. So I don't hate doing the dishes.
Is it the one you pull out and you just rinse your dishes off?
Yeah, it actually comes right down from the bottom of the faucet.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
We're old now. That's exciting to me. Right. I'm like, oh, let me get that. My shower's nice. That shit is dope. Like, I got the 2, one on this side, one on this side. You just wash your hair and wash your body and shit. Good times.
Yeah, so we got a soap dispenser.
Right.
We've been more not to use it because it's a pain in the butt. Just use, like, whatever we have now.
Right.
We put it on because it looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
I considered filling it up with whiskey.
Okay, carry on.
Not my idea, Adam's idea, but very good idea.
But why?
Why not?
So
you hate doing the dishes.
So you're gonna drink whiskey while you wash the dishes?
That looked like something else.
For sure. Y'all didn't see it.
That was me
listening to the podcast.
That was me putting whiskey in my mouth.
It looked like whiskey. That's funny as shit.
But I really want to get what. You ever seen the thing at the bar where they tip the glass upside down and they like press it on the thing and it shoots the water up into the cup?
Yeah,
I want to get one of those.
That's dope.
But it's like $100.
Speaking of bars, like what would you consider your either A, favorite bar, or B, favorite drink? Like what would you?
My favorite bar?
Yeah.
I guess if I had to pick, I'm not really a bar person.
I'm not. Like,
I would rather drink at home. I have a bar in the basement. It's
and your bar is
cheaper to
very
drink
nice.
at home.
It's very nice.
And I work at a liquor store. I get discounts on liquor. So why would I like? I don't mind the atmosphere.
But you're paying for the atmosphere. Like one beer is $6. You can buy a case for like $6.
I was just telling Carter we went to a birthday thing for Steph Roscoe last Saturday, and we went to the beer garden in Asbury.
Okay.
Super nice place. Good atmosphere. It was a lot of fun. 4 beers, $44.
Get the fuck. Nope. I'm good off of that.
Yeah.
Give me water. I'll be the DD.
I mean, I didn't know that. I just opened the tab and went. I expected to spend some money.
Yeah, but for 4 beers?
4 beers.
Nah,
I had 3. And
what'd you have?
The only one I remember off the top of my head is Purple Haze, which I had before. It's very good.
Wasn't in beer form.
I've never had that. And then I think I had 2 German. Oh no, I had one called Samuel Smith Chocolate.
I swear you were about to say German Shepherds. So that's a beer.
But there was a German beer because it was a beer garden, so it was all German themed and stuff.
Yeah.
Like one of the bartenders were wearing like lederhosen and stuff. Like he was like he looked like he should have been in like the countryside in Germany.
That's dope.
But it's cool.
You ever been to Tilted Kilt?
Yes. Yes, I have a good story. I won't say the person's name.
Okay,
I may have told you this before. We went to Tilted Kilt one time, and the waitress was attractive, and they wear like as little as possible.
Yeah.
And she came over. She like leaned over the table as they do to try and they want to bolster the tip or whatever.
Tell me this story.
And the guy we were with kept looking and made her uncomfortable. And she goes, "I'll be right back." She never came back.
Of course not.
She never came back. We had a new waitress.
It's like, dude, if you gonna look, you gotta be.
And like, I get it. She was attractive, and that's like the point. There's like a line. There's like a very fine line where that's the purpose of her wearing that, so she can get attention and get paid.
I said tips. Tips. Just want to make sure.
If she didn't have the other thing, she wouldn't have gotten the job. But you gotta not stare so much.
Didn't Hooters get in trouble for that, where they were just like only hiring people who had like certain size breasts?
Apparently, I don't know about that, but apparently they're a pain in the butt. So Emily was telling me that they are not allowed to, like, they can't be seen in their outfit outside of the restaurant. Like, walking from their car to the restaurant, they have to have something covering it.
Okay.
It's like they have really strict rules.
But why? It's like everybody else.
I don't know.
Everybody's seeing you.
I don't know. I don't know if it's a safety thing. Like you see somebody, you walk to your car at 11 o'clock at night by yourself and it's dark and
stranger danger.
Maybe that's just my guess. I don't know if that's. I don't know if that's the case at all.
And depending on what Hooters you're going to, because you in AC, it's a possibility.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
but I've been to Hooters maybe twice. Their food's actually not bad.
It's not. No, it's not. You ever been to what's it called? Was it Chicken and Beats?
Chicken and Beats, yeah.
I love they got the fries.
Crab fries.
Yes.
Yes.
I love them. Awesome.
If you get the mixed fries, so there's sweet potato fries and the regular and the crab fries, and you dip the sweet potato fries with like the cinnamon sugar into the cheese. Oh.
This is gonna be random, but do you like funnel cake?
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
are there people that don't like funnel cake?
There's people who have not had funnel cake.
That's not as bad as not liking it. If you've had it and you don't like it.
Have you ever been to Cowtown?
I don't know what that is.
Oh man, you're from Jersey, bro.
Cowtown?
Yes.
Oh, Cowtown Rodeo?
No, well, there's one there, I think.
There literally is a thing called Cowtown Rodeo.
Is it? You been to Cowtown? No. Disregard.
Carter said yes.
Carter said yes. He's been there.
He's not going to say one way
or
the
the
other.
And he said he was in the rodeo. He had the hat on and the cowboy boots with the chaps. What song was you riding on the cowboy?
Rhinestone Cowboy.
I'm a rhinestone cowboy. What was the pony? Which one was it?
Old Town Road.
Yeah.
But he was dressed up like Billy Ray Cyrus.
Oh man, I'd pay to see that. That'd be funny as shit.
I would actually pay to see that.
Right?
Absolutely.
So if you get a job there, just let us know. We'll be there cheering you on. Like, woo, got up! Wave the hat!
He's laughing really hard right now.
He's trying to hold it in. Let it out. He gonna do it. He's so professional.
All right, but so we have a couple things we want to talk about.
Oh,
today.
true. Yeah, we're doing a podcast about things that we want to talk
Yeah,
about.
I mean,
tangents.
So, am I going to start from the top, and then we'll just
wait? First off, you gotta go back to we ended with you popping pimples and shit.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck was that about?
So, like I said, there's like somewhat of I'm super OCD.
Okay.
I like there to be like a quick result.
Okay.
I have ADHD and I have OCD. So I need things to happen quickly, and I need to like see a result. Like I love when the floor is like really dirty, and I vacuum it, and you can see clearly where you vacuumed.
I got you.
Or you dust, and it's clear like where you dusted and haven't dusted.
Is there a certain way like it has to be done? Like let's say you're cleaning your house, do you have to say living room, kitchen, is it like that?
So I feel like the OCD and the ADHD like
They just
screw with each other. Because I do some really dumb things that really don't make sense. Mm-hmm. But to me, I just have to do them.
Bro, that's how I feel about like bipolar. It's so fucking annoying. It's irritating because it's like PTSD, bipolar disorder, depression, and anxiety issues. And it's annoying. Like for an example, that's why I said I want to punch people in the face today. Like it's annoying because I have to rationalize why am I mad? And is it I should be mad about this or no?
Yeah.
And it's so irritating because today I was like, all right, cool. Get up, run errands, clean the house. And it's like, or you could just lay in bed and be mad and sad all day. I'm like, get the fuck out. I don't want to do that today. I got shit to do. And it's like, before I was taking medicine, it was like, if I was depressed, it was like, I couldn't get out of bed for 3 days. Now I take medicine, I'm like, today's going to suck ass. But it's okay, it's going to suck ass. I can still get through it.
Right.
But I hate it. It's just so, it's like an everyday mental war. And by the time it's like 4 o'clock, it's like, all right, especially with anxiety. It's like, I got to do something. All day battle until 4 o'clock, and then it was like, all right, I'm clocking out. It's like, you son of a bitch, I could have done so much shit today. But man, my bad, go ahead.
That's all right. But yeah, so like watching them pop the pimple, like it's obvious like what needs to be done, and then when you get the result, like it's been fixed.
Right.
So it's just there's a very clear end result, and that's what I like, and it just moves on.
Do you like, what is her name? I think it's Dr. Pimple Popper?
I don't watch her very much. Occasionally she pops up, but there's actually this guy.
Yeah, see what you did there.
Pun not intended, but that was a good one.
Carter's laughing. Told you, that's going to be a thing. We're doing that. He's so angry.
He thinks we're hilarious.
Yeah, he does.
But there's this guy, he's a doctor, and he like is very knowledgeable about this stuff, and he kind of explains. So people tag him and stuff, and then he does like voiceover, and he like superimposes himself over the video, and he talks through it, and he does really good, and it's interesting to listen to it. Just cool to know that he's that knowledgeable, but then also getting to see the visual at the same time. I know it's a weird thing, but
man, look, to each his own. Everybody has their thing. Like for me, I don't know if it's a thing or not, but I've watched The Simpsons like the whole 32 seasons now, right?
So many.
32, 33? Okay. Yeah, I've been like during the whole quarantine I watched it so many times, nonstop. Right. It's like I can't go to sleep unless I watch The Simpsons.
Right.
Or I play Super Smash Bros. Like it's a routine. I wake up every day, I play Smash Bros. Then I'm like, all right, cool. And it's like I have to run through my whole roster of characters that I use in the game. If I don't, I can't like move on with my day. It's so freaking weird.
And it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to you.
Exactly. But I heard, I was like, I think it was my therapist. Somebody told me there was like people who usually have issues with anxiety or, you know what I mean, you have to get through it because it's familiar to you.
Yeah.
So it's comfortable. If it's uncomfortable, you freak the fuck out.
Yeah. I also think I have some like control issues. Steph would probably agree, but I'm also super indecisive.
Are you? You seem like you're very like...
I am for most things. Mm-hmm. Certain things I'm very indecisive. Like, what's for dinner?
Yeah, I mean, that's... Nah, I'm fat. My stomach be like, look, I told you, I found, me and Carter were going out to eat. We didn't know where we were going. I followed my news.
But that's the same thing. Like, I think, you know, like, fear of missing out. So...
Oh, yeah.
I'm always afraid I'm going to get this thing, and I'm like, I really should have gotten this thing instead. Like...
My fear always gets me in the way of things that I could be succeeding at. It's like, hey, you could be doing this, but my fear is like, what if you don't succeed at that? And I'm like, okay, so if I don't try it, I'm not succeeding. And it's like, yeah, but what if you don't get it? And then I'm like, you're right. It's so fucking like, it's like being in your own way. It's like you're trying to like run through like playing football. You keep blocking yourself.
Yeah. Mine's never if I don't succeed, but mine's like, well, what if I don't do this thing? I'm going to feel bad about it later. Even if I don't really need to do that thing. Mm-hmm. I feel like I need to do that thing so I know what happens if I do that thing.
Now, did you always know that you had OCD, or was it like you got...
No, it's gotten worse and worse.
But did you so you didn't when you were a kid you didn't know about it?
No.
Okay.
I don't ever remember having issues like this when I was younger, like trying to figure certain things out like this.
Right.
I've had ADHD forever.
It's crazy because I didn't know because I was never taught about it, but I remember in high school it was weird. Like, okay, we're in Jersey, the weather changes like this all the fucking time. I'm in choir class and I'm sitting there and I got really, really mad. Then I got really, really sad to the point where I was trying to hold my tears in. And then I got really happy. And my god brother was there at the time. He was like, "Are you good?" I was like, "I have no fucking clue." But it's like I didn't know it. I never talked about it. And then when I got to college and shit, that's where I got diagnosed. And I was like, oh. But then he diagnosed me with depression and gave me antidepressants at first. And if you're bipolar, antidepressants just drops you completely down.
Okay.
So, but it's like now I have an understanding of it. It's like at first I felt like devastated. I was like, oh my gosh, like no one's gonna want to be with me, or how can I live life like this? And then it's like now I'm like, I have bipolar disorder. I am not the disorder.
Right.
And I also realized we're all fucked up. Everybody's nuts.
We all got something wrong with us.
Everybody does. There's no person in the world that's like, oh, I'm great. It's like even if someone, that's the crazy part.
Yeah.
We're our own worst critic. Like somebody can be like, yo, you're an awesome dude. I think you're an awesome guy. But in your head, you might be like, I'm the shittiest person.
Oh yeah, I'm my worst.
And it's like I had to learn that because I never think like people think like, I'm like, is that just me? I only do that, but I realized like everybody does it. So it's like you're not alone in this fucked up environment. You know what I mean? So it's just
I'm my harshest critic for sure. But yeah, I can remember like dealing with ADHD young. Mm-hmm. I remember being at a retirement party with my dad, at like 4 years old. Vivid memory. This is one of my first memories for sure. I chased the disco ball around for like 45 minutes.
I'm sorry.
People were like, "Is your kid okay?" And they had me tested within a couple of weeks. I had ADHD and I started taking medicine for it. And
do you still take medicine for it?
I don't, because I was super embarrassed by it. I hated taking medicine for it.
I hear you.
And it got to the point where I didn't, like I wasn't embarrassed anymore, but I didn't want to take it. I wanted to be able to control it. And I can specifically remember I was on senior trip in Disney. And I was like, I'm just not taking this with me, and we're going to see what happens. And I stopped taking it. I just stopped taking it cold turkey and never took it again.
Hey, we're good?
Yeah.
I tried that. So, bad results. So, what my situation was, I was always taught, like, you know, when you're younger, like, people are going to look at you and think a certain way because of how you look. It was like, I was always taught, black, life is hard, it is what it is. Mm. That's how I was taught. So, in my mind, I'm like, all right, well, people are going to think I'm shitty. I constantly have to prove that I'm not. It's like, that's the way to describe it. It's like the game Madden. It's like your life is on all Madden all day. You know what I mean? Right. But it's like, that's what you're taught. So I'm like, all right, cool. Then as I got older, I was like, all right, cool. So I started learning, like, that's not normal. Yeah. And then when they diagnosed me, I was like, I'm not taking that shit. I'm good to go. Right. So I hated it. And then when I started taking it, it was just like, I remember the first day, I was just like all over the place the first day I took it because I had to like get used to it. And then I felt like I don't want to take this shit every day. So I don't want to take pills all the time. Like vitamins, cool. I don't like medicine. Sometimes it dries you out and shit. So I stopped taking it. When I tell you that was the worst decision I've ever made, I was in this bitch just tripping. And then one time, like, I was driving to work, and I'm driving. No one's in the car with me. I'm driving by myself, and all of a sudden, my mind was like, "You should crash your car." So I was like, "You're trying to argue with the rational, irrational part of your mind." I'm like, "Why would I do that? Because nobody cares about you. Nobody loves you." And I was like, you know what? Maybe you're right. Crash my car. So I'm driving towards traffic. Yeah. And I swear to God, like, I heard my niece, like, Uncle Pat. So I was like, oh, shit. So I swerved. And I was like, oh, look back. She wasn't there. So I just started crying. And I went to the doctors. I was like, I don't know what the fuck y'all gave me, but I can't take the shit. And that's when they switched my medicine up. So now it's just like, I realized I have to take it because if I don't, shit can get real. Sure. So, and it's like, I still have my bad days, but it's more I can manage the bad days now. Right.
Yeah, mine was never that severe. When the days I forgot to take it, I would just eat and eat and eat until I made myself sick. like I would vomit every day when I didn't take it because I couldn't control my appetite. Yeah. Because the stuff that I would take would curb my appetite. That's part of the reason I was so thin in middle school and high school is because it curbed my appetite. But I was like, I'm now somewhere between where I was on the medication and off the medication. Where off the medication I could not control myself. And I would just be in people's faces, and I would just do stupid stuff all the time. And on the medication, I was super shy. I didn't eat anything. I just didn't want to really interact with people. I was very uncomfortable with most situations. And here, I'm like kind of in the middle now. I've found a balance.
Right. I feel like I'm still working on a balance. Like, I just got done filming my friend's wedding. And I'm having a great time. And there was this girl that I thought she was pretty. So I was like, I should go talk to her. And mentally, my mind was like, you don't have this, and this. It's not going to work, so why even try? So I was like, just going to go back behind the camera and just keep filming this thing. So it was like, it's still a work in progress, but it's like, I feel like I made strides, I got better where I was at because I'm starting to learn a lot about myself. And certain trauma I've been through as a child that I'm like breaking down and learning to. But what's crazy though? Like, trauma can fuck you up royally.
Yeah.
And it's like, even memory-wise, it's like a lot of people are like, oh, I went to high school with you. I don't remember you. I don't remember being in high school in class with you. Or it's like, you remember when we were kids? No, I don't remember that. But now I'm going to therapy and I'm like working through it. Random shit's coming back to me. One time I remember like, I was playing basketball with my dad at a park. It was just random. I'm like, why did that just come back to me? And it's like, and it's all like coming at me like in waves.
Too.
Yeah, it's like, so you get it too?
I get those too, yeah.
That shit is just so weird. And it's like...
And I'll randomly get those things where like, that thing you said, like, you were 12 years old, that was dumb. Like, what was that dumb thing you said when you were 12 years old?
So why did I say that? You mean in the middle of the store buying shit? Why did I say that?
Like 19 years ago.
Right?
That was dumb. Like, you should still be upset that you said that.
Why did I say that? It's embarrassing now. It's like, everybody's married with kids now, but you're just like, shit, fuck, I should have never said that in class.
Yeah.
Why was I yelling?
It was just, I don't know.
Yeah. It's tough, but...
Speaking of, like, mental issues and mental health and stuff like that, Moonknight.
It's a funny fact that you said that, because I was going to say, I also have insomnia. Woo! And sleep apnea. So it's like, Moonknight, exactly. So it's like, I don't like taking my insomnia medicine. I do because it knocks you out. Sure. I don't because I wake up in different parts of my house. Like, I swear to you, the other day, I woke up, I had a towel and a bar of soap next to me in my bed. I'm like, did I take a shower? Did I attempt to? Then one other night, I was like, why is it so hot here? I turned my stove on in the middle of the night. So I was like, I can't take this shit.
Also, when you're asleep sometimes, after you've stolen your friend's keys, you forget that that's happened.
Come on. Oh, yeah, we're supposed to talk about that. You want to go over that first or Moonknight first? Move on.
Let's go back to the key thing. I'm going to write that down because that's important, but I want to get the Moonknight thing down as long as we have time.
I was being a good friend.
As long as we have time before our break, we can do the Moonknight thing.
Okay.
We're good on time, everybody?
Oh, we're good? We're golden?
All right.
Okay.
Maybe we'll do the keys real fast because I don't want to cut the Moonknight thing short.
All right, cool. So, you tell your side of the story first.
There's no side to the story. There is facts, and that's it.
False.
One time, I lost my keys in Newark. We were walking up and down the streets trying to find my keys in Newark.
In the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night. It was late. And the
off,
worst thing about it, not that I couldn't drive my car, not that I couldn't get into my apartment, not that I couldn't get into my house anymore, my free Frosty keychain was on there, and I was not going to get any more free Frosties.
Yo, he really went down the list like, I can't get in my car, I can't get in my house, I can't get in my dorm, I can't get any free fucking Frosties. I was like, hey, yo, that was... So, okay, continue your story.
So, Carter, bless his soul,
good
man behind the camera, finds them on a sewer grate.
3, by the way, for finding keys. He's 2 for 3.
On a sewer grate.
Mm-hmm.
How they hadn't fallen in, I don't know. But
he can't see. His vision's bad.
So another night, maybe a month later, maybe not even a month later, my keys go missing again. But we hadn't been anywhere. We were just in the dorm room. And Pat's asleep. Me and Carter are looking everywhere for it. We go up to Pat's room. We're like, Pat, have you seen my keys anywhere? I lost them again. And you're like, no, haven't seen them.
We're missing a big part of the story. I helped you guys look for your keys.
He did help us look for the keys. He helped us look around the apartment building for the keys. Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't know where they are. And then Carter, hours later, goes, maybe we should ask Pat again. We go back up. We ask him again. He goes, check my pants. This dick stole my keys and then helped me look for them.
All right, hold up. So to be fair, one, I was not coherent. I was drunk as shit. First off. Second off, he lost his keys. So I was like...
I lost my keys because you stole them.
Nah, I'm talking about the first time. So I was trying to be a good friend because when we're downstairs working out, you probably don't know this part. When we're downstairs working out, your keys fell out your pocket. I grabbed them and put them in my pocket for you.
That would be like you got in a car accident, so when you get your car back, I pop your tires.
How does that relate?
So you don't get in a car accident again.
Okay, first off, that's not how that works because your keys work fine. You were able to get places. I can't get places when you pop my tires. But we'll be back.
We'll be back.
And we're back.
That was quick.
Very quick. Unlike last time, it was like 45-minute break.
It was a long break.
I had a duty. said, "I'm playing." Bubble guts and all.
He has some problems. It took him that long.
Look, man, I drunk some shit that didn't work well in my stomach. It was a long night. So what are we talking about? Your keys.
Matt, how you stole my keys.
Okay, hold on. Let me tell my side of the story now. So this guy, as you said before,
There's only one side.
The right one. So this guy lost his keys, right? Carter found his keys, right? So me being a good friend that I am, we're downstairs in the gym working out and shit, and his keys are his gym shorts. So I was like, you know what? Let me grab the keys.
No, they did not.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. They fell on the mat. Yes, they. I promise.
I don't believe it.
Good. It doesn't matter. But they did. Remember how you said you're always wrong? This is one of those situations.
Remember how you stole my keys?
I didn't steal them. I borrowed them with the intent to give it back to you.
But you forgot.
I was drunk. It's probably your fault. You're always trying to get somebody drunk. And we don't gotta talk about the time I was spiked drunk. It doesn't matter. It's different. But so yeah.
Yeah, that is different. But yeah, Moonknight.
Okay, so do you want to start it?
Yeah, so if you guys don't know what Moonknight is the most recent Disney Plus series. It is about a man named Stephen Grant, correct? That's what
correct.
Stephen Grant. He works at a museum. He knows all about
he loves
Egypt,
history.
like
he loves it.
Specifically like the history of Egypt and stuff like that. And turns out that there is someone else that either looks like him or is part of him that is living a different life and is the avatar for an Egyptian god named Khonshu, and he is essentially tasked with fighting crime. And crime is kind of a light compared to what he's trying to stop.
Watch the show. We don't want to spoil it all.
Yeah, we don't want to spoil too much, but it's a very different take on a superhero show or movie than I think we've ever seen before. It's much more emotionally driven.
About health, like
mental health. It's not really split personality anymore.
Kudos to Disney for that too, because it's like they're doing a lot with representation, like with everybody, like like and like mental health is huge right now.
Yeah,
so
it's a big deal.
Yeah, so it's cool that and it's crazy because it's a guy who has issues. You know what I mean?
It's a guy who's fantastic. It's Oscar Isaac. He.
Murder.
They keep saying, "Oh, WandaVision should win an Emmy. Falcon and Winter Soldier should win an Emmy," and they did win some Emmys, like maybe deserving, not deserving, regardless of that.
Right.
Oscar Isaac deserves to, at the very least, be nominated for Best Performance by an Actor in a leading role of a limited series, without a doubt. I don't know how that works with the Emmys and stuff. I don't know what the specific categories are, but whatever the leading role category is for the mini-series or what the series he's in, he needs to be nominated.
Oh, he did a phenomenal job. Like I said, I don't want to ruin it for you guys. Yeah. I mean, you know what? No, I'm not going to do it.
It only happened 2 days ago.
Okay, so we're not going to do that.
Yeah,
it's like the rule. Like my whole thing is I hate spoilers because I write my own scripts and movies, stuff like that. So I'm the kind of person, if I watch a trailer, I know what's going to happen. Because they have the tendency, this is like, you don't know, whatever. Trailers have the tendency to tell you beginning, middle, and end. And you can just tell by how the action is. And it's annoying as hell. So it's like, I hate spoilers. So like, for an example, Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
I have not watched it. I don't want to know nothing about it. I don't even know, I don't want to know his outfits. None of that shit. Because I want to go in blind. Like, for me, movies are escape from reality. Like, everybody has, you play your sports or whatever you want to do. You play sports or whatever you want to do, but it's like, what do you want from me? What do you want?
You're having a conversation with him.
I'm also talking to the audience.
Making love to the camera.
I love the camera. So hot. No, playing so. But right. Yeah, my bad. It's supposed to happen. But
it's better looking than me. Don't nod.
So anyway, like I was saying,
I'm offended.
It should be. So but it's just like, everybody has their thing. And I feel like when it comes to people spoil it, you're just being a fucking asshole. Yeah. If you had a rough week at work and you're like, oh man, Wednesday this episode comes out, I'm waiting for it.
Yeah.
And you're just like, let me just put it on Facebook and spoil it because I think it's funny. It's like, I want to punch you in the fucking face. I'm just being honest with you.
Right.
I hate it. That's how much it bothers me.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So question, how long should you wait before you quote unquote spoil something? Like, if you wait a month, is that considered spoiling, or is it on them for not having seen it?
That's on you. I feel like tops 2 weeks.
So I would. I was thinking 2 weeks.
Hold on, are we talking about streaming service wise or actual movie?
Right, so that's what I was thinking. I was thinking 2 weeks initially, but then I was saying now a lot of people wait for it to be available to stream or to download on at home. So maybe people don't have the money to go spend to go see it in theaters, but they had the money for the subscription for Disney Plus. When Doctor Strange comes out on Disney Plus, that's when they watch it.
That's gonna be a while. I mean,
they're expecting a summer release.
Okay, that's not bad.
Which is doesn't sound that bad because we're already in May.
Yeah.
I'll likely go see Doctor Strange again in theaters.
I love going to the theaters. That's my escape. I love doing that.
Yeah, I promise you that I was not going to spoil anything, but I want to give a brief review on Doctor Strange.
We don't want to hear it. No,
you trust me, you want to hear it. All right.
Wait.
So
Getting it dry. Sponsor us.
So this.
Gotta give it a shot. See what happens.
So this is not for you, but for those of you that follow my site, that read my reviews, go on my site, Bane's Film Reviews. I just posted a review for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness today. Don't listen to anything Pat says. It's all bullshit. That's the only time I curse in this whole episode so far.
I got you covered.
Very proud of myself.
You're doing great. I'm doing all the cussing.
But so basically, people are anticipating that Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is going to be perfect.
Okay.
There's all these rumors about cameos, and there's rumors about major deaths, and there's rumors about where it's going to take it, and there's rumors about how all the former properties are going to become part of this, both MCU related and prior to that. Mm-hmm. And they've just built this up so much. It's not like Spider-Man where they kept saying, no, it's not going to happen, no, it's not going to happen, and then it happened. Mm-hmm. They're saying these things are going to happen, and regardless of whether they do or not, people are anticipating that it's going to be near perfect.
Right.
There are no perfect movies, in my opinion.
But you gotta go 10 out of 10.
They did not go 10 out of 10. I gave them an 8 out of 10.
Have you ever seen anything that went 10 out of 10?
I've never given anything a 10 out of 10. I refuse to give anything a 10 out of 10.
I mean, have you seen any reviews that give a movie a 10 out of 10?
Oh, 100%. I see people for Film Threads give them 10 out of 10s all the time, and I've seen some of those movies, and while they're very good, I can't give them a 10.
Because that means there's no room for growth.
On pure principle, I can't give them a 10 out of 10, because that means that nothing is better than that. That would have been like... So I loved the first Iron Man movie.
I thought you were going to say Iron Giant. I was like, finally! Yes!
So I love Iron Man. I think it's a great movie. It's the best superhero movie at the time. Okay. If I'd given that a 10, well, where does Endgame and Infinity War exist?
Oh, I see what you mean.
You can't be better than a 10, but it's significantly better than Iron Man, those two films.
Right.
On a number of levels.
So it's like, for you, if the movie is like great, do you give it like an 8?
I'll give it... So if the movie is quote-unquote perfect, I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10.
Oh, that's fair.
Because there's always something better. And sometimes a 9.5 out of 10 might actually be like a 9.9. Sometimes I can't really decide on like an 8 and an 8.5. If I think maybe it's an 8.4, I give it an 8.5. I think maybe it's an 8.2, I round down. Mm-hmm. So, but I can't, on principle, I've even said in reviews, I can't give it anything a 10.
Now, do you read other people's reviews, and does that sway your decision? What you do?
Sometimes I do.
Okay.
And a lot of times when I read other people's reviews, it's while I'm writing mine, and I'm just trying to clarify certain plot points. Okay. And a lot of times, if I have to look up another review to clarify plot points, you did something wrong. If you are not clear, then it can be an issue. Sometimes it's my own fault. Mm-hmm. I just wrote a review recently where I reviewed it and I mixed up actresses' names. Mm-hmm. And I posted it, and I got an email immediately, you screwed up these names. And I'm like, and back to the own worst critic, I'm like, this is completely inexcusable. Like, that's not okay. Like, 2 different people did 2 different things in this movie, and I messed up. Like, I got the parts correct, but I mixed up the actresses' names.
So I did that in end credits in my movies. I was like, oh, I spelled that wrong.
And it was actually, so the other day they actually sent a thing from Film Threat saying that make sure you're checking the facts of the movie first, because it's happening where other people, and it didn't it made me feel a little bit better that I'm not the only person that does it. Not that I thought I was the only person that did it, but it's just kind of nice to know that I'm not alone.
I mean, you're human.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, it's funny because like a lot of people think like Hollywood movies, they don't make mistakes. It's like, yeah, they're in there.
They do, and I actually...
Like, what is it? Game of Thrones? Then they had like the cup. Like,
there was a Starbucks cup in the thing.
Or the movie about Tupac, they had like a phone from now, and I'm like, that ain't happened, Chief.
Jesus.
That ain't exactly.
No.
It's like that.
Like, how do you miss a Starbucks cup in what's supposed to be like, quote unquote medieval times? I guess you would say.
I don't
It's
know.
a complete oversight.
That's someone's job.
That's multiple people's job.
Oh, true.
Multiple people miss that, including the actors that were sitting there looking at the cup.
I mean, if you say action, you gotta the show like I learned that in theater. The show must go on.
Sure, I get it, but I mean,
just don't look at the cup like.
No, I mean, I think if you're a good enough actor, you have. I don't want to say the common decency or the common sense because it's neither one of those things, but you have the wherewithal to say, "Hey, there was a Starbucks cup sitting 2 inches from me,
right.
and I'm wearing stuff from the 12th century."
I mean, I get what you're saying, but it's like, what if they're like action and you're in the middle and then you realize there's a cup there? You get what I'm saying?
Well, you know how to do the editing and stuff. Could you edit that in post?
True facts. But it's a nightmare. But yeah, you're right.
Sure,
Yeah.
but I mean, you're talking about the most expensive season of in television history.
Right.
You can edit that in post.
Agreed.
If it's possible, then you can do it.
Right.
So that's inexcusable.
If I was filming, I was the director, I would just be pissed.
And realistically, I've seen it. I knew ahead of time that it was a thing before I had seen that episode, and it was still tough to pick out because it's very dark and it's in front of a dark background, so it is hard to see. But I'm not being paid to find those things, so that's not a good oversight.
You just imagine like they're like action, and you're on the outside, and that was your job. You're just like, oh shit.
Right. Like, good thing it's the last season because I was not going to make it to the next one. They were going to fire me before the next season started.
It's over.
Yes. But I want to go back to Doctor Strange real fast because there's a couple things I want to touch on. So, like, Sam Raimi directs it, which I said in my review, very different director than what the MCU has seen in the past. Mm-hmm. Typically, either really big name people like Jon Favreau or really unique directors like Chloe Zhao, who did Eternals, who had done nothing except for Nomadland and just happened to win Best Director at the Oscars. But she did like very natural sets and stuff like that, and she was unique in that way. Sam Raimi is known for horror movies. Mm-hmm. He's done things like The Great and Powerful Oz, and he's done the Spider-Man trilogy. Great and Powerful Oz was actually his last feature-length film in 2013. Wow. Before this.
Really?
I found that out, yeah.
That's a good movie.
This is very different than anything he's ever done, but there's obviously some Raimi stamps in it. There's obviously similarities between like that and Evil Dead and this and Drag Me to Hell. And it's done very well.
Drag Me to Hell.
I love that movie. I really like that movie.
It was funny. Like, the end was
it's corny. It's cheesy.
But I'm cool with that. I'm fine
that's
with that.
where there's that fine line for Raimi where there's this really scary, creepy stuff, and there's also this corny, laughable stuff.
That's how I feel about Mortal Kombat.
And they're blended together very well.
That's how I feel about
films.
Mortal Kombat. Because it's funny. All right, hold on. Hear me out.
Making my head hurt.
I'm sorry, but hear me out. Because a lot of people are like, oh my God, Mortal Kombat was in it. I'm like, it's a movie about a fighting game.
Right.
And this thing is like, everything you wanted in the movie, you got. And it's more, if you've seen all the other ones, that shit was cheesy as hell. So when I'm watching, I'm like, this is freaking horrible, but I love it. Because it's like, everything, did you get fighting scenes?
Yes, you did.
Right. You got fighting scenes, you got, like, they did it like a hamster, all that, like, the round kick and the jump and all that when you were a kid, trying to figure out how to, like, do the...
Yeah.
So it's just like, everything that you wanted, they got. The only thing I didn't understand was that main character. I didn't understand why he was in there. Because he had nothing to do with... It was just
nothing to do with it.
But I also feel like it's the first one, so they're going to do all the rest of the shit in the next
That's
one.
honestly the most disappointing part about it, is they're going to make more.
Everybody wanted Johnny Cage.
Everybody wanted Johnny Cage.
I honestly didn't care.
At this point, we're past the spoiler mark.
Yeah.
He's going to be in the next one.
Right. Yeah.
They're in the gym at the end, and you see, like...
The poster.
So you're going to see Johnny Cage in the next one.
Right.
Which I get. Johnny Cage was, like, the one normal character.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he, quote-unquote, didn't have any superpowers. But I feel like there were... Like, viewers were divided. You had viewers that played the games constantly, you loved the games, you liked the gore, you liked the action, you liked the characters because you grew up with them. It's very nostalgic. Mm-hmm. Then you had the group of people like me who had played it, nonchalantly on occasion.
Right.
I know who the characters are. I get the point of what's happening, but the narrative was trash in this. The acting was trash in this. From a cinematic, just a movie standpoint, it's not good.
Agreed. Everything you said, I agree, but I loved it.
Right, because you loved it, because you loved the games.
It was exactly my whole thing is this: like the certain movies I watch and I don't have any high expectations. Like for an example, not everybody might agree with me. Venom, the first one, I was just like,
I had no expectations whatsoever.
And then when I watched it, I was like, huh, okay, cool.
I'm a fan.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's like that's how it was about Moonknight. Like when I first seen it, I was expecting like some Daredevil type shit, and then when I'm watching, I'm just like, but like I said, I don't want to spoil it. But
I have gotten to the point in Marvel where I have high expectations.
Right.
They have met those expectations or exceeded them almost every time. It's actually super disheartening and disappointing that the last two things, Moon Knight and Doctor Strange, have not met my expectations. Okay. Moon Knight, in my opinion, is the worst of the Disney Plus shows so far. I don't think it's bad, but I'm not saying it's bad.
I agree with that. Yeah.
I think WandaVision, Loki, Hawkeye, Falcon Winter Soldier, all better. Loki is my favorite.
Loki was dope.
Yes. It answered questions, but it raised enough new questions that there's going to be a season 2.
And that's how Marvel makes me so mad, because they get me like that. I'm like, I don't even want to watch this no more.
Right.
And then they grab my attention. I'm like, yeah, you guys.
So Kevin Feige announced that he went on vacation last week. On vacation, as he called it. He went on vacation to plan the next 10 years of the MCU.
Whoa. What kind of vacation is that?
That's all he did. I don't know who he brought with him. I don't know anything else other than he went on vacation to plan the next 10 years of the MCU. You're talking 25 years of a trilogy, or a trilogy, of a series. It's never been done before like this. Star Wars hasn't done it like this.
That's why that's why I love Marvel movies, because it's like, it'll be the simplest thing, like a can on the table, and then all of a sudden, 5-6 movies later, it's like, you remember that can on the table? Right. Oh man, this little girl's can or something like that. And I just love that attention to detail. Is so dope to me.
That's also what I like about Marvel more than DC, is DC does so much fan service that if you, for some of them, like particularly Batman vs. Superman, if you hadn't read the comics, you don't really get what's going on.
I said this to you before. To me, it's like, if you had class, right? You were in school together, college or whatever. You had Marvel, you had DC. Marvel was the people who were just like, all right, you got syllabus the first day of class or whatever. This is the project due at the end of the semester. Marvel was like, all right, bet. DC partied all semester. Was like, shit, we got a week.
Yes,
let's put it all together. Like, and it makes me mad because their animations are phenomenal. That's a weird part. Like, live action, Marvel all day. Animation, that's how I am with like DC. Like, one of my favorite ones is what's it called? Under the Red Hood.
Okay.
That's like, it's dope, and I'm like, I want the live action version of it. But I'm scared that they're gonna.
Yeah. But the last 3 DC projects, in my opinion, were 3 of the best ever.
What are the last 3?
So you had Suicide Squad. The new Suicide Squad. James Gunn Suicide Squad. Did you not like that? Really, I loved it. Okay. I loved it.
I feel like we're past the spoiler alert part, right?
Oh, we're past that. It's been like a year.
The fucking star, bro! You got this big ass star as the villain.
Yes.
That was so like, I was like, what the hell is this? Like,
but I'm not even so much worried about the villain. They develop characters very well. They have very likable characters. The narrative is fun. It's full of action. It's still emotionally relevant. Yeah. Like the fact that I can't remember what the character's name is, but is it Dead? It's not Deadshot. Is it?
Is it Deadshot?
It's Bloodsport. Bloodsport. Okay. Deadshot was Will Smith.
Right.
Bloodsport is Idris Elba.
Yeah, he did a great job.
He did a great job, but he also had this like tragic backstory where his dad tortured him.
With mice,
yes. Yeah. So like you develop these goofy characters and they're very likable and relatable characters, and James Gunn does that fantastically. He did the same thing in Peacemaker.
Yo, Peacemaker's freaking hilarious.
Oh my god, it's so good.
If y'all watch Peacemaker, just watch the intro.
If you skip the intro, you're not human.
There's certain things to me you can't skip. Like that in The Simpsons. You can't skip the intro.
You cannot skip that intro. It's so good.
It's just like the seriousness of his faces.
Like, it's the most uncomfortable thing ever, and it's so good.
But it's so freaking funny. Like that series, I'll give you that. That was great.
Steph did not want to watch it.
Really?
I watched the whole thing without her, and then I rewatched it with her. Oh my god, it's so good.
It was great. Like I remember when I put it on the first episode, I was here and I'm just like watching it. I'm just like, what the hell did I just watch? I rewind it and watched it again.
I'm like almost in tears every episode. Like some of them because it's hilarious, and some of them because it's so emotionally trying.
Yeah.
Yes.
You ever seen Euphoria?
No, was Zendaya.
Yes.
Is that how you say her name? Zendaya? Zendaya. I think it's Zendaya, right?
Zendaya? Yeah, Zendaya.
Carter said yes.
She's a great actress. She does like.
She is a very good actor.
She's really good, and it's like that show. Like that shit hit me, yo. It's just.
I've heard it's very good. I
Yes.
just don't have enough time for new series unless they're connected to something I'm already invested in.
I think this is one of those like when you go on vacation.
Yeah.
Watch that. I think you'll like it a lot because it definitely
Okay.
pulls like the emotions, and it's like it's dope because I don't know if you've seen the movie Crash.
No, I haven't. Actually.
I like movies. Let's say for an example, me, you, and Carter were in a movie. I like movies that tell your side of the story. And let's say you're working at a register and I'm the customer in there, right? And I walk out. Next thing you know, my story is my time, and then it goes to Carter time. I love stuff like that, and that's kind of how they are. It's a lot deeper than that, but I'm just saying the connection is just dope, and it's just like it's a lot going on in there.
Yeah, I've heard it's very good. I've heard nothing but good things,
Mm-hmm.
and a weird person to make me think that it's like legit good. Mike Missinelli on 97.5 The Fanatic. He's a sports talk guy. He's like hypercritical of everything, and he's like, I gave in and I watched this show, and they're like, you only watched one episode? He's like, no, I'm like 9 episodes in. It's good.
I used to see it on HBO Max, and I was like, what is this? And it was just like I looked, I was like, okay, maybe I'll watch it later. Then one day I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch something that has nothing to do with action. Let me just see what it's about. In the first episode, I was just like, yo, this is dope, man. I just kept watching it. Like
As much as I love action movies, like I love the action in Marvel movies, emotional thrillers and stuff like that, or mystery films I think are the best.
the one movies I don't like are horror movies. Well, hold on.
I like horror movies.
I don't like movies that have to deal with demon type stuff. I don't like those kind of movies.
That doesn't bother me because that's not real.
I just don't. It don't make me feel comfortable. I just don't personally.
That stuff's never bothered me.
I don't want to watch a movie with I live on myself, so therefore I don't want to watch a movie with a doll fucking running around my house trying to kill me, and they're like, "Oh, you possessed by this evil demon." I don't want to see that shit.
The Strangers scared me.
Strangers.
That's with the two girls and the guy in the mask. They show up to the cabin in the woods and they torture this couple.
Oh, right.
That's based on a true story.
See, that's the shit I don't want to watch.
That's based on a true story. So I can remember watching. I was 17 years old. I used to have to park down the street from my house. I feel like I may have told you guys this story before. I had to park down the street from my house then because there's not much room at our house.
Right.
I got back from watching with my grandfather for the first time. Had just got my license, and it's maybe midnight. And I remember getting out of my car, and I booked it. This is when I was like legit Flash. Like I sprinted as fast as I could down the street to my house. I was terrified.
I feel bad because I don't remember which one it was, and my sister went to the movies to watch The Exorcist. And she came home and she was like, yo, it was crazy. And she started walking up the steps. And I just started flashing the light in the hallway.
Oh my! You're the worst person. You're the worst kind of person.
She was no. I'm gonna tell you who the worst person. The guy behind the camera, right there. You know what you did. You know what you did. We were in college, right? And we used to play this game called Left 4 Dead. All right. If anybody ever played Left 4 Dead, it's a game about zombies and shit like that. There's one character. There's like a little girl, and you think she's a girl. She's crying in the middle of all the shit. So I'm thinking, oh my god, it's a little girl. Let me go save her. Dog, it's not a little girl. It's a freaking witch. But the music behind her is like, oh, terrifying and shit. And then she just wakes up and starts like mauling at you. So I'm like, that's freaking terrible. Like, she scared the hell out of me. Like, legit. And I was telling him, I'm like, this is scary. He was like, it's funny. So it's like, it's 3 in the morning. We're going to go to the bathroom. You want to know how I woke up? Someone set, that guy there, he set the witch's music to his alarm. So when it woke me up, and I was laying in bed with my blanket wrapped around me, I was like, I hope she doesn't come in here to kill me. I don't care if nobody said, don't do scary shit. Like, hey, he thought it was funny.
It is funny.
It's not funny. It just scared the hell out of me, dog.
Good for you.
And then later on, he was just like, I didn't know you were that scared. I was like, what do you mean? But I got him back by accident. We were playing
by accident.
Five Nights. And Five Nights at Freddy, you're not a gamer like that.
No,
but
I'm
we're
not.
playing it, and he was freaking out. I didn't know he was really scared. So I was like, poked him, and he's like, I'm really scared. He starts freaking out. I was like, I'm sorry. I thought you were fucking with me. I didn't know. So, yeah.
Have you seen Willy's Wonderland?
Willy's Wonderland.
There's a movie called Willy's Wonderland with Nicolas Cage. Came out recently, and like within the past year, and it's not connected to Five Nights at Freddy's, which I find out some people call FNAF, and I don't like that.
I don't like it either. That sounds weird.
My brother-in-law calls it FNAF. Little Tommy. He's
Okay.
not so little anymore. He's bigger than
Yeah, I seen him.
He's bigger than Steph.
Yeah, I seen him. I was like, sheesh.
But he calls it FNAF, and I'm like, stop calling it FNAF! Like, just use the words.
It's a lot of words to say, to be fair, but just call Five Nights.
But FNAF sounds
You
like
got Freddy.
like
Five Nights.
FNAF. Like, just say
That's what it sounds like,
words.
Ed. That's what it sounds
That's
like.
what it sounds like. It sounds like somebody's verbally assaulting me.
I'm gonna finesse you.
Imagine if somebody said,
Not
I'm
finesse.
gonna FNAF you.
I don't want to know how to take it.
That's like if Mike Tyson said he was gonna finesse you. I'm gonna FNAF you.
I'm taking it as fear.
Like,
look, man, would you fight Tyson? No. Better question. $50,000.
you know who would fight Tyson?
Who?
Steve.
Steve's to this day. I'll fight Tyson. Good luck.
Even his wife knows he has no chance.
We always saw. I was like, y'all put money in to see that shit. I was like, if I could get in contact with Mike Tyson, I had to let him know in advance. Mike Tyson, this is a joke.
Steve, I would take Tyson in a wheelchair over you.
Mike Tyson's the problem. He just beat somebody up on a plane.
Derek has a better chance against Tyson than you do. I'm sorry,
I
Steve.
feel like Derek got it. Derek got it. Derek is his son, for you guys that don't know.
Yeah.
But no, man, Mike, $50,000, right?
That's not
Mike
a lot
Tyson
of money.
punch you in the face.
$50,000?
$50,000.
No.
You want to do it?
No.
All right. So what about $1 million?
I'm going to be a vegetable for the rest of my life. What am I going to do with the money?
Help your family.
I'm not going to know.
I was like, if I ever did it, I just want Tyson to put a note on my chest before, let me know what happened.
Like, if he hit me in the chest, my chest would cave in.
That whole thing would break. It would just shatter.
Yeah.
You remember him in his prime?
I let him punch me in the arm.
Who do you think is worse? Tyson in his prime or now?
Now, because he's on edge.
I'm gonna.
He hit a guy in the face on a plane.
That's his fault.
But that was 100% the other guy's fault.
He was like, "Hey, can I get a?" Yeah, sure. Tyson being on that something. He's kept fucking with him. Like, why would you poke the bear? Him out of all bears. Why would you poke him? Doesn't make any sense. You're
not messing with Jake Paul. This is Mike Tyson, an actual fighter.
Just like, did you hear about the dude who tried to tackle Dave Chappelle?
Yes.
That man.
Did you see what it looked like afterwards?
You got it. He didn't think it through.
No.
He's not Chris Rock.
Next time, bring an actual knife.
Right.
Like, cause,
but Dave Chappelle was still making jokes when it was all happening.
Yeah.
I'm like, they whooped that man's ass. I was like, oh boy, well, sucks to suck, bro. Like, well, I want to know who hyped him up. Like, there's gotta be that person in the audience.
Right.
Like, yeah, it was probably his best friend. Yeah, dog, go whoop his ass. I dare you. Like, yeah.
So a brief segue back to the last episode.
It's like, you like my bad.
So no, you're fine. It's based on what you said. Mm-hmm. Steph made a comment that it's possible people think that it's okay to confront people in that way because of how Will Smith acted. And because of the reaction at the Oscars specifically. Like, they didn't say anything to him. Not that they didn't say anything to him. They asked him to leave, and he said no, and they said okay.
It was a different environment.
It's an entirely different environment. I get that.
It's Dave Chappelle. That's a whole different animal.
Right. It's a very different thing. But you have people... Clearly, somebody that hops on the stage and acts like that is not...
But that's been happening for years.
Right.
But
do you think that in some way there's people that look at that and go, there weren't really that many consequences for that?
Possibly.
That's possibly okay.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think everybody does it. I think that some people might use it as an excuse.
Kudos to the security, though. But I heard Busta Rhymes and Jamie Foxx in that shit, too.
I heard that Busta Rhymes and this guy had, previous...
Oh, I didn't know that. I just heard they all took him in the back and whooped his ass. I wasn't there.
Okay, yeah, I don't know the full story. I know that he got on with a gun and a knife, and neither one was real. And
why Dave Chappelle?
I don't know. Well, people have been upset with Dave Chappelle recently. Didn't they try to cancel his Netflix stuff? Because back to the comedy thing, nothing is off limits.
Right.
There's a billion things on Netflix. Put something else on.
But not even that. David Chappelle, he's one of my favorite comedians because Dave Chappelle will tell you a story, make a joke about it, and then at the end wrap it up to the beginning. You're just like, oh shit, that's what he meant. I feel like people just... We'll be back. After these messages, we'll be right back. What up? That was a good break. How you feel? You use the bathroom?
I'm getting tired as fuck.
Yo, you old as shit.
Oh, I cursed again.
You cussing. Oh, you know he getting tired. He gets cranky. So now, we're talking about Dave Chappelle and how people don't watch all the things and they get upset. I feel like he...
Yeah.
it was just like the whole situation when it's about trans, that he explained at the end that one of his best friends, she was a comedian, and she killed herself. So I just feel like instead of jumping to conclusions, like just do your research and watch everything.
Right.
Not you, I'm saying in general.
No, I know.
Yeah. It just, I don't know. People are like, oh my God, he shouldn't have did it. I'm like, did you watch the whole thing? Well, no, exactly. Watch the whole thing.
Yeah, even if you only get 3/4 of it, that's not enough.
Right,
you got to do all of it.
Right, but like you said, comedy is like,
and comedy is subjective. What one person finds funny, somebody else might not find funny.
Just like music, you might like a song, you may not like a song. Just like you do your reviews, somebody say, "Hey, I like it," you say you don't. It's okay.
That's what I enjoy about the reviews is I can write whatever I want as long as I'm not rude. Like my goal is not to be rude. Right. If people disagree with me, not that I don't care, but
it's called a conversation.
It doesn't matter.
Right? It doesn't. Like,
they can't tell me I'm wrong unless I get like plot points wrong, which I have.
That's how I feel like when I do my TikTok videos. It's just I'm just gonna do what I want to do.
I need to make a new TikTok soon.
Did you stop your TikTok?
No. I mean, like I need to make a new video.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. Dog.
I haven't done one in a couple weeks.
Hey, that's the thing. You want to get more viewers, you gotta stay constant. Constant.
Busy.
I can't speak for that part. I mean, I have been the last week and a half now. I've been busy.
Yeah.
That 24-hour editing was. Whew.
Yeah, between the first job and the second job and the reviews and the dishwasher breaking and the sink breaking. I woke up this morning, I smelled gas in the house and the pilot light on the...
Remind me not to come over no more.
the pilot light on the stove went out.
That shit's scary. No, that's what I said. I woke up and I was like, I was like, why is it so hot in here? And I turned the oven on. I was like, what am I doing in my sleep? Am I making fucking pizza? I don't know what I'm doing. It's just weird.
But like, God forbid the house fills with gas. Like
that's not what you
that's
want.
No good.
That's not what you want at all. Like,
especially when it's raining, you can't really open the doors.
I had a friend who is no longer a friend, whatever. But they said they were making something with mustard, and they had that mustard gas, and he almost like killed himself in the house. I said, "What did you make?" I don't know what they were cooking.
That doesn't sound real.
It doesn't sound real, but the way they explained it to me, I was like, so I'm confused. I was like, I don't know what happened. I made something, almost died. I was like, okay, shit happens, I guess. That's why they're not a friend anymore.
that specific thing.
That was the end for me.
Because they had another difference between mustard and mustard gas.
But they said I was just
get
like,
out of here.
Out.
We don't want. Yeah.
I don't want to be your friend anymore now. But yeah, so that's the thing about art and videos and stuff. And it's like I feel like the cancel culture freaks everybody out.
It does.
It does because it's like everybody wants to be like you don't want to say the wrong things and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I feel like there's certain things you have to respect and stuff like that. But I also feel like as far as being like in entertainment, it kind of is like putting, it's like having a dog put him on a leash. He's trying to run wild. You're just like, oh, nope, don't run nowhere. It's like you just, I don't know what happened. Where people were just like, this happened, da da da.
Yeah.
I don't.
You just have to let people do what they're gonna do. You're not physically hurting anybody. Mm-hmm. So everything you say is going to offend somebody.
All the time. Yeah.
And not that it doesn't matter, but there's so many other things. Just don't watch that thing that offends you.
Right.
I should not be able to express myself because it offends one person.
Just like Facebook. Like I said, if they don't apply, scroll on by.
Exactly. Just keep scrolling. Mm-hmm. If you disagree with what I got to say, you can leave a comment and express that you disagree. Right. I'm not telling you have to ignore me. Mm-hmm. Like you absolutely have a right to say that your opinion differs. Right. I encourage you to say, if I say something, it's there so that somebody can comment on it.
I just like, my whole thing is I don't like people trying to beat you down. Like, for example, I was reading a post and somebody was like, this said, God forbid I pray for them, da da da. Someone was like, oh, you're praying to Almighty God, but who's God? I'm like, if you don't believe in God, that's fine.
Right.
But don't beat somebody else down because they believe in God.
Yeah, and don't belittle somebody because of what they post on there.
Exactly.
A lot of times you post something that's just completely ignorant, you're just misinformed. It's not because you're a bad... There are bad people.
Don't get me wrong, they are.
But not everybody on Facebook that posts something that you don't agree with is a bad person.
Right.
They're either misinformed or they just have a different point of view.
I have gotten in arguments by accident on Facebook because people just didn't agree with me. And I always say, I'm not arguing with you. I want to hear your point. But they're just like, I'm not trying to fight with you. So I stopped responding because I'm like, clearly you're not being an adult. I can't have an adult conversation with you. But it's like, I'm really just trying to see your point of view. And then you got people who want to join in like, oh shit, instigate. It's like, no, that's not what I said.
No.
I really want to know what they think and what they feel. But if you're going to be with some dumb shit, I don't want to talk to you.
And so I like to argue. I like to argue. But I like to argue in person.
Right.
I hate because you're not getting people's actual responses from behind a keyboard.
And I feel like that's the different times. Like, we grew up where people would argue in person. I feel like that's the good and the bad thing about technology, because people feel like they can do or say what they want behind the screen without any consequences. And it's like, realistically, that's not how that works.
Right. And it gets... I will entertain your argument for a little bit on Facebook. At some point, I'm just done typing. Like, I just don't feel like doing it. And it's not... And people go, oh, he knew he was wrong, so he stopped talking. No, I realize that this is just pointless.
Yeah, I'm not getting anywhere in the conversation. Yeah. You don't want to learn, you want to be right.
Or you say something to somebody, oh, you got butthurt because I said this. I'm not butthurt, I'm just expressing my opinion. I'm fine.
It's just,
It's still cute.
It's just, I don't know. And I feel like they're like, oh, I have freedom of speech. You know, everybody does. But you also have this thing called cause and effect. You can say what you want, but somebody come across and punch you in the face. That's the effect of what you just said.
Sure.
It's just like it's like, okay, best example. When you work in retail, you have customers treat you like shit. You realize you could grab them across the counter and whoop the ass.
Yes.
But is there a consequence for you doing that? A, get fired. B, you get assault charge pressed against you. So it's like, you have to think it through. And sometimes it's hard to think it through, especially when you're dealing with ignorant people on a regular basis. But you have to think it through. But you can't sit there and be like, oh, I'm going to be a dick and nothing's going to happen to me. Because you're going to get that one person.
Well, because a lot of times nothing will happen.
A lot of times.
You are that person that just is very antagonistic and you can say whatever you want. And 10 to 1, you're going to get a person that will get frustrated and will deal with it afterward, like internally.
But I feel like what is the purpose of going around being a dick towards people? Like, what do you gain?
They're so a lot of times it's because they're so insecure with themselves that they don't know how to. They can't compartmentalize what's actually happening and how they feel about certain things, and they project on others. And that's all it is.
Right.
And there's obviously other things that happen, but that I feel like is a lot of the times what happens. Something's going wrong in their life, and they don't know how to handle it, so they take it out on somebody else.
It's just like we were talking about before. It's like, sit back and just process things you've been through.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do, because sometimes you could be completely wrong. But the problem is, nobody wants to be a villain in their own story.
Right.
Carter says to be on a regular basis. Because facts, nobody wants to be wrong. And it's like, I personally don't have a problem being wrong. How are you going to learn? It's like you automatically learn how to fight and you never got your ass whooped. It's like you need to learn how to take an L to win. So when that happens, you're just like, like, you know what I mean? You learn from it. Okay, I could have fought like this. I could have dodged this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying in general, like, you have to learn to lose. It's okay.
Sure. I don't know what that's like. I've never lost.
You've seen yourself in the mirror. You lose every day. I'm just kidding.
That's what your mom said.
Mama, you keep her out of here. She's a saint.
Your mother doesn't know me that well, but I bet she will.
I'm going to have her listen to us, and then she's going to be like, yo, who's Kyle? I'm going to say, go to his house.
She'd be like, I like him better than you.
I doubt it. You never know. But your mom's cool with me, so that's all good, you know?
My mom's odd.
That's what friends are for. Speaking of friends, I have a question with, I think we were talking about this earlier about best friends.
Yes.
What is your...
So, the reason this came up, we agreed when we talked about it earlier, it's not weird for an adult man to consider another adult man their best friend.
No.
There's nothing wrong with that. We agree with that. We didn't even think that there was an opposing point of view.
That's right.
Until when I was a teacher in Philly, a couple of the kids had said to me that me referring to another grown man as my best friend was gay. And it was essentially...
Are you happy that you have a friend?
Yeah, right. I was very happy I had a best friend. But essentially, it was unacceptable.
Mm-hmm. Why?
There were other terms that they said you could use, but that's not one.
I feel like friends are the family that you choose.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I choose you to be my best friend. You're like a brother to me. You know how we are, you know what I mean? So it's just like...
Right.
I'd rather have a bunch of friends around me instead of people who don't, care about me. Like...
And then somebody brought it up on the radio the other day where they talked about, can you have more than one best friend?
Absolutely. Friends are the family that you choose.
So I think that's a more interesting question because essentially what they were asking is if you have multiple best friends, are you bastardizing the term best friend?
Bastardizing, that's good. Okay, I guess it goes on the level of friendship. So my question to you is: do you go by you're my best friend due to how long you knew the person?
No, time doesn't have anything to do with it.
Right. So it's like how they act their character is where you I feel like for me it's like I have a lot of friends who have the similar agreement. Like, you
Sure.
know, I got you, you got me, I got him, you got, you know what I mean? We're like brothers. So y'all are my best friends.
Yeah.
We are on the same mind. You know what I mean? But if like, but then you got those people who are like, oh, you're my best friend. It's like, we are associates. I don't throw the words around best friend a lot because it's a different level for me. When I call you a friend, it's like, I got you. Like, I got you.
Yeah, no,
back.
it's a big deal.
And it's like, I hate when people are like, hey, what's up, best friend? No, we're not best friends. What's my middle name? What's my favorite color? What is my age? Where do I live at? What am I? If you don't know none of that shit, don't call me your best friend. Right. And it's like, it's hard because it's like, okay, maybe that's how you view me. But
sure,
I feel like don't do that.
Sometimes it's not always reciprocated.
Right, but I just take it like, nah, dog. Like you take me to me in my circle, you're gonna have to do some shit to get in.
You definitely have relationships where one person maybe struggles in the friendship regard,
right?
And like that person is their best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the person they go to for everything,
right?
And that's the person they trust with everything,
right?
But it's not reciprocated,
exactly.
And it's not that they don't like them, but it's not. It's not equal.
Would you call that a one-sided friendship?
Not necessarily. It doesn't necessarily mean you don't care about that person. It's just
a different level.
So an example would be this isn't the actual case, but you come to me when you're having a bad day. Mm-hmm. You tell me what's going on, and I help you with it. I talk to you about it.
Right.
But I don't trust you enough to tell you the same kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I got you.
That's not one-sided because I'm still
learning,
helping you,
right? Yeah,
and I still care for you.
And it might be issues with your own, like because you have been mistreated by so many people. It's hard for you to trust someone else.
And to be clear, that's not the case.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. But no, I get what you're saying.
Right.
I'm talking about like people who you just start working with. Y'all just start chilling.
Right.
And they're like, hey, best friend. It's like, nah, bro. We clock in and clock out. That's it.
I would consider a one-sided friendship one that only one side benefits. The other side doesn't benefit in any way.
Right, that's just the worst.
I mean, maybe emotionally they benefit because they say, oh, I have a friend, but it's not really a friend because they're just taking advantage of them because it's what you can give me and not what we can give each other.
Now, as far as you building a friendship, do you go, I trust you first, and then you fuck up, I don't trust you anymore, or is it like you have to build trust with me? And then...
It's tough. I don't trust people. 100% I don't trust people, but I want to... It has to be earned.
Yeah, like Jolly's.
Like what?
Jolly's, the liquor store.
Exactly. But I want to not be so jaded, and I want to trust them first. I want to trust and not assume that somebody's going to screw me over. Because that's kind of a bad way to live.
It is. It's like, I mean, it's weird because... As far as friends, yeah, I feel you. I like to give you the benefit of the doubt at first. But once you cross that line,
sure,
it's there ain't nothing to talk about. But my whole problem is like I'm trying to not do that no more because we're all humans. We fuck up, so it depends on the level of how much you fucking up.
Right.
But it's like once you I always try to give people a second, third chance, whatever. But once you cross that final line, there's no bridge. You burn it down. Force everything's burnt. Don't talk. We're not cool. And it's like, I'm not gonna be like an asshole towards you. I'm just gonna slowly stop talking to you. And you gonna know why. I don't gotta explain it to you. You're an adult, you know what it is. Like I might try to talk to you about it, but it's like if I'm trying to talk to you about it, I care about you. That's like my biggest thing is I don't beg for friendship. I don't beg for relationships.
No.
You don't want to be here? Cool. I'm not gonna. And it's like some people think like, oh, you're being an asshole. No. If you say I don't want to be your friend anymore, and I'm like, oh, Kyle, please be my friend. I feel as if you're gonna be my friend at a pity.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. So
or I understand that I can take advantage of that now.
Exactly, because people do that. So I'm like, when you like, I don't want to be your friend anymore. I'm gonna go, okay.
Right. No, I'm at the point where I'm not gonna. Bridges get burned. Whatever. Mm-hmm. I have enough friends.
That's how I feel.
I'm not gonna be mad if I get more friends, but if you're willing to risk the friendship,
it's quality over.
I feel like I'm a good friend. So if you're willing to risk it, then I don't care enough about the second word.
And it really depends on the level of friendship. Like if me and you had a problem, I would like, oh, what's up? Why we beefing or whatever, or we just fight and then we go get beers afterwards. I always say to Carter, I'm like, there's certain people I'm like, yo, if you don't want my friend anymore, fuck it, I don't care. If you don't want to be my friend anymore, we're going to fight and we're going to get beers afterwards. We're going to fix this shit. Like that's just how I feel, and it's like depending on the level of friendship.
Right.
So it just I don't know, but the whole can a guy have a best friend thing? That's yes, absolutely. Why not? Doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Now, it's a tricky question. Can a guy have a friend that's a girl?
I absolutely think they can.
Me too.
Yes.
Now, okay, so I feel like does the girl have to be your friend prior to your relationship with your girlfriend? Or can it happen after?
typically I would say that it has to happen before, because I feel like it makes it uncomfortable for the significant other to see another female come in, because it almost feels like they're assuming part of that relationship role at that point. But for them to have existed prior, well, I'm not saying that jealousy won't exist, but it's less likely and less warranted, I would guess.
I feel like it depends. Like, I was in a weird situation where my ex, her best friend, they were cool, and then me and her broke up, and my ex dropped her best friend, and now me and her are friends.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. Or that's like, it is crazy how relationships go. Like, because that's why I love my friends, because if I'm in a relationship with somebody and it don't work out, y'all automatically come to me like, so what are we doing? We cool with her or no? And I'm like, before I was young, I'm like, oh, fuck them. Now that I'm older, I'm like, it is what it is. But it's like, y'all still be like,
nah.
I'm good off of that. But it's like, I understand, because I would probably, and it's like, I don't know, it's tough. Like, if I'm knowing y'all close, it's going to be hard for me to be like, yo, that's my boy, I like you cool as hell too, but loyalty is loyalty, you know what I mean? It's not always an easy thing, but it's like, if you're an asshole, it is what it is. You gotta
That's
go.
it.
Yeah. Fuck it. Like,
but
it's now, especially nowadays, it's hard to make friends.
It is getting harder to make friends, I found.
Yeah. Because people ain't shit.
I don't know. I actually feel like I've made a good number of friends.
I'm good on that.
This year. Like, because where I was in a self-contained classroom for 2 years, where I really never left the classroom. Like, I was kind of confined to my space in the building, and it was fine. But now I have an opportunity, like, I have lunch duty with certain people, and I have other people coming to my classroom, and I co-taught with people this year, and it was an opportunity to, like, branch out and actually speak to coworkers, and that was actually nice for the first time since I've been in the district that I've had the opportunity to, like, branch out, and I feel like I've made some pretty decent friends since then.
I feel like I switched up. Because I was always like, oh, I'm going to go out here, I'm going to hang with people. And now I'm like, yo, just leave me alone. I have enough friends.
But I really do have those days. Like, like weekdays, I feel like that.
Yeah, I just feel like, I don't know what happened. I don't feel like, I become like more antisocial, even though I'm talking a lot. But I just feel like I have a certain amount of energy and time for people.
Yeah.
And I think it's because of my last job. Because it's like, I'm the kind of person that can feel everybody's emotions around me. And it was just too much to bear.
Yeah.
Between my fellow associates and the customers I had to deal with. Like, I would go on break in my car and turn everything. I didn't want to hear nothing. Turn my phone off, everything. And then when I got out of work, people want to call me. I'm like, I've been on the phone for 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
Don't call me, just text me. Like, and I feel like I don't want to be that kind of person. I want to be that, hey, you want to talk, we can talk. So it's just that, I don't know. I feel like with my close friends, I'm absolutely like that. Y'all need to talk, we can talk, or whatever.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But I don't know. Just so I hate going to crowded places now. I hate going like Walmart and shit like that because so many people I don't want to be around.
Yeah, so crowded places like that, like I went to a concert. That was great. Like, that's the point, is to be with a bunch of people.
Right.
Go to a bar, that's the point, to be with a bunch of people. But no, like grocery shopping and stuff like that, I'm just over that kind of stuff. Yeah, and I feel like I've separated weekdays and weekends, where Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I really don't want to go out. I'm already moving into the next day. I'm preparing for the next day of work mentally, and physically, emotionally, everything. And I need to go to bed because I'm up at 4:30. I need to go to bed in time so that I'm not mentally exhausted when I'm trying to teach kids for 6 hours.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know about you, but I feel like around 4 o'clock my day's over.
I've always felt that way. 4 o'clock is when things start winding down.
That's why I used to do bad in school. Like,
I have
don't give me night
always
classes.
felt that way.
I was always in work. Like, my dad he was a teacher, so he would wake me and my sister up early in the morning, like, can you help us with coffee, you know what I mean, warm the car up. So I've always been a morning person. Like, 3 o'clock and beyond, don't try to teach me shit, because I'm like, it's not going to register.
I can specifically remember times when it was 3:30, 3:40, 3:45, and I'm like, it's still pretty early. And then it's 4:05, and I'm like, it's late now.
Right? You don't even want to go out and run errands.
It's weird, like, just that shift from 3:59 to 4,
right?
It felt like it was literally day and night.
Right. And it was like, I had an art class. It was like, I think it was like 5 to 9 or some shit like that. I love art. I was in class like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
And I'm tired. I was nodding off at the desk. Like, I just wanted to go, like, I don't know, some of my night classes, just don't try to teach me anything.
I didn't like night classes.
It's like, if you want to, like, I even when I watch stuff, if, like, I have to be really in the mood to watch something where I want to pay full attention to.
Mm.
But if it's a certain time, right, I'm just going to put The Simpsons on. I've seen it all a billion times. I don't have to, like, focus.
Yeah, Friends, The Office, Marvel movies, Star Wars, things I've seen a billion times.
Right.
And, yeah.
Even certain video games, I'm like, all right, cool, it's a fighting game. You don't, like, got to focus. But it's like, if you want me to be like, I want to play Zelda or something like that or whatever, it's like, okay, I have to focus. I have a mission. I got to do this and this. And it's like certain times during the day, it's just like, that ain't it for me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And that's why even now, like, I'm not working, but I try to make my day like a work shift. It's like, all right, 8 to 4 work.
Yeah.
When I get done, nothing else. And that's like, I learned that in therapy too. It was like, even like, you know, I love making videos and editing and stuff like that, but you have to come to a time where you have to stop. Because if you don't, you're going to hate yourself.
Right.
So it's like, you got to know that break in between. And sometimes I'll be like, oh shit, I'm supposed to be done at 4. It's like 7 o'clock now. I was like, all right, stop editing. You're good.
Yeah, you gotta separate things so you don't, because even too much of a good thing is too much.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, man. That's was there any topics that we missed?
Some movie things, but I feel like we should touch on those next week.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, those who are watching and not watching.
Plug ourselves?
Yeah, let's plug ourselves.
It's my favorite thing to say.
Let's see if we remember our plugs now.
Go ahead. I remember mine this time. So go first. You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
All right, so I finally remember. So you can go to my website, Bane's Film Reviews. He does have the shirt on today.
Damn.
Go to Bane's Film Reviews. You can go to Film Threat. You can go Google Film Threat, Kyle Bane. You'll get all my reviews for Film Threat magazine, which is an internet-based review website based in Los Angeles. You can find me on Facebook at Kyle Bane. You can find me on Twitter you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Bane's Film Reviews and Twitter at Bane's Film Review. Just one.
Boom. I got you. 1, Facebook, Patrick Newell. 2, TikTok, Pat on the Cam. 3, Instagram, NoblemenStudios. That's how you can follow me on. I don't do Twitter. I'm not a tweeter.
We have a new thing this week.
What's up?
So, if you want to send us some questions, you want to be on the podcast, there's things you want to hear us talk about on the podcast, we have an email. You can email us at cinemaav1@gmail.com.
Yes, please.
Super easy. Cinemaav and the number 1 at gmail.com. Email us questions. Let us know what you want us to talk about. Let Pat know that he looks good tonight.
Appreciate it. Made me feel good. Sometimes I have my
Just
juice.
lie.
Just lie a little bit. But also, when you guys have questions or you want us to do something, please just be positive about it. Don't come over there with no negativity. Like, for what? That's what I ask.
If I'm being honest with you, send me the negativity. I'll call you out on.
As long as it's constructive criticism, just don't be like, oh, you suck.
No, I mean, but honestly, if they're the type of people that want to just be super negative, and that's okay. We'll just call them out on the air.
Yes.
I'm totally okay with it. If they're that comfortable
roasting session.
If they're that comfortable saying it, then they have to know that, you know, we're gonna record, and that's something that they may be outed for.
Yeah.
So
maybe, you know, they probably want that so they can have their.
But that's okay. If that's what you're looking for, good for you.
Hey, you know,
I don't mind having a few minutes where we read emails and talk about viewers.
Like, you ever seen that? What is it? The celebrity tweet on when they like they read the
tweets?
Yeah,
mean tweets.
Mean tweets.
Yeah, I'll do some mean tweets. Tell me I look like Mr. Clean. I don't care. I've heard it 5,000 times. I heard it today.
Megamind. Did you hear Megamind?
Yeah, from you.
I just wanted to make sure that you.
I heard you the 500 times.
Look, man, I get Ace Hood, I get T-Pain, I get the dude from Wild Out with the braids, whatever. I always get that shit. And you know what's funny? I'm a big dude now. I ain't working on it, but every time I go somewhere, I'm like, hey, big fella. I'm like, yo, shut up, man.
So one of my students today told me I look like Mr. Clean. And I immediately responded by telling him that he looked like knockoff Coolio.
You look like the dude from, and this is not, I'm not coming at you. I always tell you this, the guy from Kingsman. The one that, like, blew up. You know what I'm talking about? No.
Mark Strong.
That's what, like, when you had your glasses in the air.
Yeah, so
like,
yeah, the other glasses I had were the same exact glasses.
I was like, you look like that dude. You know, not everybody can rock a bald head. I feel like if my hair was bald,
if I didn't have a beard, I don't think I could rock the bald head.
So you gotta have one or the other?
Yeah, I feel like you gotta have one or the other.
Would you ever do the George Costanza?
I don't know what that is.
Okay, so you got the crow's nest, you got the joint on the side. No.
Oh no, grow it around here.
Yeah.
No, like the Terry Bradshaw has this, but he grows it real long around here. Like
Right.
for him, it looks okay because we're used to it. But no, I got to do the full baldy.
I feel you. But love you guys and thank you for watching.
You guys have a great night. That was Cinema Ave, episode 2.
Peace. Episode 2. Continue.
Peace.
Waiting for the other ones.